Aircrew flight equipment is basically responsible for the plan B of all pilots, and we outfit them to make sure they get in the air safely and can fly safely. Our motto is, "We are the last to let you down." Day-to-day is essentially open up a set of parachutes, make sure the canopy is all good, make sure all the lines are all good, definitely make sure the risers and the UORs are all good. We have 2 sets of munitions on these things, so we have to make sure they're on point, their correct part number, their expiration date's all good. And then the container, we have to make sure that's all good, because that's essentially what egress requires for the parachute to work on an ejection seat. The temperature in this room is 75 degrees at about 30% humidity. The reason why is because it's very light fabric. So any change of temperature can affect it when we have to make an air channel for it. The air channel is essentially so that the canopy can spread out evenly once it's fired out of the container. Because once we air out the canopy, there leaves an air canal right down the middle, and we have to pack it right in between the mortar tube. The hardest part of the job, I would say, when you first come in here, the attention to detail is not something you're used to. But when it comes down to it, the tiniest stain on the parachute or like the smallest label misprint on a munition will mean something very important. That's why our attention to detail matters most. If a container is all jacked up and we don't notice it and epoxy it correctly, that can mean the parachute can get torn apart when it ejects. Knowing that whenever you see a pilot up in the air or like a jet fly by, we can safely say that we were able to get him up there, essentially, along with all the maintainers and the people who take care of the jet. But we are the reason the pilot is able to safely be able to travel at that speed, to breathe in that jet. And if anything happened to him, we will make sure he's okay. Definitely the bigger mission of Holloman is to produce F-16 pilots. We make sure they can get up in the air. So like we take care of their helmets, we take care of their masks, their G-suits, and then the parachutes, which is their last line of defense in case the unformidable might happen. We're basically making sure pilots come back home safe and get up in the air safe.
In aircrew flight equipment's role of producing a parachute, there's a lot of things that come into play. So of course we receive that parachute from egress, which is a maintenance group entity. Once we receive it, we kind of lay it out on a packing table, and then once it's laid out, all of our technicians, they're qualified to inspect it, and that consists of going through the actual cloth portion of the tent of the canopy, making sure there's no holes, rips, making sure all the lines are continuous, they have no frays, and making sure everything is generally serviceable. There's a lot of items that need to be changed out periodically, and we validate all those, making sure they're not expired, making sure they're still in serviceable condition. We also have the packing portion of our ACES-2 personnel chute. With that packing, it takes a certain amount of skill, and understanding of how the parachute works to really be able to pack it. And along the way of the packing process and the inspection process, there's in-process inspection to ensure that all the critical points of that parachute are met and are completed properly. And teamwork is actually probably one of the most important aspects of our job, whether it be working together to try and produce a chute, if someone needs help changing out an item that's more difficult to change out. But it's not just teamwork within the AFE shop, it's also teamwork with other entities that we work with. Teamwork between those entities in the AMXG play a really good part in us executing our AFE mission and in turn executing the Air Force mission too. So.